Hi everyone and welcome back to some more MotoGP 20 here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here and this is part number 27 of my career walkthrough. Right guys, in today's episode we head to Spain for Catalonia, but before that I just want to show you what level I'm running on. Now I get loads of messages asking, I'm on the hardest level, 120% AI. We're also going to be doing 35% because like I said I put it up, so it's 8 laps. It's going to be very tough. Catalonia is not my favourite circuit, I do struggle around here. So we're going to need to do really well in the qualifying. So let's get straight into it and see what sort of times they're going to be setting. Right, final 2 corners. Are we actually going to be able to put in a time that qualifies for this quick lap simulation? We need at least a 1:44.2. And that last corner was the best we've done it so far. Right, to the line. Is this going to qualify? I think... Oh no, we're just 0.2 out. Oh, we're going to have to go on another lap. We need to get at least one of these laps qualified. Otherwise, we're not going to get the development points for this quick lap simulation. Oh, that is so frustrating. We're so much off the pace. And I can actually see how much our bike lacks power and straight line speed on this circuit. And it's really showing. I mean, Luca Marini's time of all 1:42.7 is going to be very, very tough to beat. And when we go to the qualifying, it might even get even quicker. So... we're going to have to maybe muck around with this bike a bit settings wise to see if we can just get a little bit more out of it. Right, just be careful. We've overshot that turn. Just trying my hardest. Really still struggling with the anti-wheelie. And with 0.1 down. But just try and power up the hill. It's not too bad. Keep it tight. Let's try and get that front wheel just on the curb there. And that wasn't too bad, just struggling to put the power down. And I think we are going to lose so much time when we get on that straight in the race. And we're not doing too bad here. That's not too bad through there. Oh, this is actually going to be a good lap. Hopefully this one will qualify. Right, turn it over and power. Oh no, not again. That's the 3rd time I've done that. Right, that was the end of the free practice and we didn't put in a faster time. We were 12th. We were really slow, but that is going to get us into Q2, luckily. And we're just going to have to find some time from somewhere to compete with the others. Oh, fastest at Sector 2 as well. That is absolutely brilliant. We just need to keep this going. We still haven't put in a lap that qualifies. And at this moment in time, we're going to start in 18th position. And we really don't want that. Right, that's not too bad round that turn. Now we need to be good in this slow corner. Let's try and just slow it down, get it turned in. Oh, that was actually perfect. This is actually, and we're up on Sector 3 as well. This is going to be a really good lap. Right, turn it over, right on. No, not again. What are you doing? This is the final attempt at trying to put a lap in this qualifying session, or we're going to have to start from the back of the grid. This has been a terrible, terrible qualifying session, and it's all down to me just pushing it in the full sector and keep on crashing. I can't afford to do that in the race. It's 8 laps, and when the tyres are worn, this is going to be such an issue for me. I've got to try and get out of doing that. Right, slow it down and turn it into that first. Oh, that was nicely done. Just trying to get behind Canet. We might be able to get a bit of a tow if we can get behind him. Slightly down on Sector 1. And just keep it steady. And we've got less fuel in the tank this time, so that should help. Obviously, we can't run in power 2 because we've already literally just done a lap. So we've got to try and make sure we can make this fuel last and get the best time possible. Oh, don't fight with it. We don't need to fight for it through there. Just need to be smooth and steady through this section. And again, that was perfect. Nicely done. Try and keep that front wheel down, and this should be a good time at Sector 2. Yes, only 0.1 down. I will take that at this stage. Just need to get a lap in. Right, let's try and stay off the curves through here. Oh, that was perfect as well. It's really starting to show that I'm getting used to the bike around here. Just lack that little bit of power. And again, nicely done around that corner. Really smooth lines. Can we do it through here though? This is the biggest issue for me. Right, slow it down. And again, we've dropped into that corner nicely. Now just trying to put the power down. And Navarro's just putting an even faster lap. And just try and keep it off the curb this time. And just slowly open the throttle, and that was okay, but the wheel's going up, and that's going to slow us down a bit right into these final 2 corners. We've got to be so smooth through here, and again onto the curb. I don't want to really be there, and again final corner, just trying to keep the power down without getting that front wheel up, and that is not too bad. What sort of time are we going to get here and across the line? And second, get in there. Oh my god, that was so hard. Still 0.6 off Navarro's time, but I am going to take that. Oh, that was just insane. So difficult, that circuit. It really is.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. We'll be bringing you live coverage of the Moto2 race in just a few minutes. The skies over the track are clear of clouds, and the latest weather reports forecast temperatures in line with the seasonal average. From the Moto2 class starting grid.
Right, so here we go with today's race in Spain around the Catalunya circuit. Is it going to be pain in Spain? Hopefully not. Now we've gone with hard again. It's hot, and I do not think any other compound is going to last around the circuit. Although Navarro has got a medium on there. Is that going to last? I have got no idea. And there's one thing I've noticed, guys. The number on my bike has suddenly changed. It's gone to a 2 rather than a 14. Don't know what's happened there, but anyway, let's see if we can get a good start. And it's all go in Spain, just trying to keep that front wheel down, and that was not a bad start. That was much better than Mugello, and we are away. Can we get into this first corner without getting taken out? Right, be good on the brakes, drop it in nicely. Remember, it's going to take a while to get the heat in these hard tyres. We've had issues, and oh no, Navarro's gone down. Navarro's gone down on the first corner. That is devastating after putting in that blistering time, but I'm not going to complain. But we have still got a lot of fast bikes behind us, so let's just try and settle into a rhythm. And oh, we got Schrotter coming up the inside. Oh, he's trying to, oh, don't try and put the power down too early. We haven't got the grip yet. Right, let's just keep him on the outside into this turn. And oh, don't be, oh, almost lost the rear there. Be careful. And Marcel Schrotter's managed to take the lead. I just could not power out that corner, but let's just stick in behind him. It's going to take a couple of laps to fill these tyres, so let's just stick with his pace. Actually, I don't know what sort of time Schrotter put in, but he's managed to get to the front, and I'm pretty sure Luti's not far behind, so we've got to be careful that we don't get amongst those 2 teammates. They're still really hot on our tail in the championship, battling for points. Oh, be careful. Oh god, bloody hell, just almost collided with someone else there, and again struggling to put the power down early on here, and Schrotter's managing to get away. So, but I would take a podium finish right now. I knew I'd struggle around Catalunya. The only grace we've got is the fact it isn't wet. That would have been even worse. Right, so that is the first lap out the way, and we have got a lot of bikes behind us. We haven't pulled away from the main group at all, and it's Della Porta and Luti that are behind us, but we're trying to close down on Schrotter, which has started with a blistering pace. Unbelievable. But honestly, I thought if Navarro did that, then I would be in trouble because of the times he's setting. But I'm not sure what sort of times he was hitting, but it has definitely started really well. He must be on different tyre compounds. Right, into this turn. Let's see if we can just be a bit smoother now. And that's nicely done. Just trying to find those lines. If we can sort of set the lap times we got with our qualifying lap, I would be happy with that. Sort of 143s, that's what we've got to aim for. I don't think you're going to get many 142s. And just try and hold it through there. And we're actually between the 2 teammates. We've got Schrotter in front of us, we've got Luti behind. Probably not the best, but as long as we can just keep Luti off us, we should be okay. And let's slow it down. Oh god, we're going to overrun it. Don't want to press that front brake too hard, otherwise we're going to go down. But it was this turn here that I was suffering so badly. I must have crashed about 6 times getting the front wheel on the curb there. Just remember that, guys, trying to power around that corner, try and stay off that curb. It is lethal. And it just looked, oh, Della Porta has just overtaken Luti, so now we have Della Porta behind us. Obviously, he's going to want to do well in Catalonia. He's not bad around this circuit, and I think he had some fantastic races around this circuit in Moto 3. So he's going to want to do the same in Moto 2. Right, and it's our teammate Marco's just put in the fastest lap of the race so far. Looks like Marco's not far behind. I've got no idea where Luca Marini is. He was setting some fast times in free practice, but don't think he started very well. And looking at the gap, it's still Luti. So we've still got the two teammates in the top 3. Right, let's see if we can just start closing in on Schrotter. Starting to feel a little bit more confident on these tyres now. They've heated up a lot quicker than they did when we raced in Mugello. It took about 4 or 5 laps in that race. But this circuit has got a lot more corners. And it's probably slightly hotter as well. Right, let's just try and get nicely turned in here. And we are starting to gain on Schrotter. He's going to start holding defensive positions. And keep it steady. And we should be able to slipstream him here into the slow turn. I'm going to go a little bit wider here. I don't always like going in the inside. And, oh God, we did a little bit of an endo there. Just braking a little bit too hard. Just be careful. Stay off that curb. Again, slowly opening the throttle. Don't need to completely open the throttle there. Just gently does it. And again, just trying to keep those smooth lines. And onto the curb there, be careful. Final corner, just again keeping it steady. And this hasn't been a bad lap for us. And we're in Schrotter's slipstream, so we should be able to gain on him here. And we've just set a 143.8, so that is a decent lap as well. And we've managed to get past. So let's see if we can be good on the brakes. And into that turn, I think Schrotter went slightly wider into that turn, but I don't think he crashed out. No, he didn't crash out, but his teammate has overtaken him though, and it's Luti that's in second. So we've got, oh no, Schrotter's he's back into second place. So both the teammates are battling behind us. So let's just try and concentrate. And Della Porta's all the way back down in 7th. So he's dropped off the pace, and there hasn't been many crashes. I was expecting a few more crashes than I've seen, especially at the start of the race. But everyone seems to be doing okay, which is a positive thing. Right, let's just keep it steady. We're at the moment holding the lead, and we're halfway through the race. So I'm feeling very confident that we can just maybe get a win here, but there's a long way to go. But it's Luti that's going to pose the challenge now. I can hear him coming. Let's see if we can get into there. Okay, that's nicely done. Oh, I just saw him there. He is very close. Let's just speed up through here. And he'll probably get me on the straight. Just lack that little bit of straight line speed and acceleration out the slow corners. And I think it's shown so much in the qualifying. We're just a little bit off the pace. And this is where I'm going to get completely annihilated. Yes, he's right behind. I'm expecting him to come flying past me here. We've got Luti and my teammate Marco. So, which one is going to overtake me? I think it may be Luti. Is he going to go down the inside? No, no one's overtaken me yet. And I've managed to get into there. Okay, so that is good. And there's been a crash. Oh no, Luti's gone off. Oh my God, Luti's crashed. Has he had contact with my teammate Marco, or did he just crash? It must have been through that chicane. We're definitely going to have to look at the replays. And Luti is pretty much out of the race now. So that is not good for their team. Schrotter's dropped down. And Baldassarri down in 13th. What has happened to Baldassarri the last few rounds? He is really starting to drop points. But now I've got to battle again with one of my Sky Racing teammates. It was Luca in the last race, and now it's Marco. What has Marco got up his sleeve? Is he going to really pressurise me, or am I going to be able to keep him behind? We're going to find out very, very soon as we come towards the end of lap 5 with 3 laps to go. And the tyres are looking pretty decent. I am very pleased with this. We've managed them really well. We've got Plenty of fuel. Oh, God, just overshot that corner. Oh, luckily I didn't go off. No, Marco's gone past. Marco's overtaken. Oh, he's taking advantage of that mistake by me. Oh, you idiot, Cole. What were you doing there? Just left the braking a little bit too late. Right, let's try and latch on him and see if we can just keep up with him. Or is he going to just pull away? Oh, what acceleration. Look at the acceleration he gets out of these turns. Right onto the curb there. Oh, really struggling to put the power down. And let's just try and slipstream him here. I think he's a little bit too far ahead, to be honest. We might be able to close in a bit. We dropped probably about second in that lap as well. But I'm not gonna push too hard at this stage. We still got, like I said, 3 laps to go. We want to manage those tyres, manage the fuel, and we're sitting in a podium position, so there's no need to panic. Let's take what we've got. But if we can just close in on Marco, that would be a really good battle if we can get close to him, but we just overshot that corner. And again, just struggling to find the acceleration that they've got. And again, overshot that corner. I think once we've got this anti-wheelie sorted out, I think it should be ready for the next round, and hopefully we should be able to power out these turns a little bit better. And again, let's keep it tight through here. And this hasn't been a bad lap. We've picked it up a little bit, but we're still not gaining much on Marco. Right, let's try and be better through here. We mucked it up on the last lap. Oh, that was a little bit better. And we've closed the gap slightly. Might try and be quick through here. Be careful. Don't want to go on that curb. Just... oh, God, that was such a risk there. And again, just trying to take the lines as tight, but I just can't seem to get the front end of the bike turned in. And that may be just, again, we need to spend those development points on the frame. It just doesn't turn in very well in certain corners. And that was a 143.3, but look at Marco, a 142.4. He's on another level now. I think he's going to run away with this now. But we could just try and hang on to him if we can. But I don't think we're going to be able to. And it's been a really good battle so far. Yeah, I'm just feeling that rear sliding around a little bit. So I'm trying to just accelerate out these corners. And again, just slowly, 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 slowly. That was a little bit better. And it's the front right of the tyre that looks most heated. Oh, God, dear. See what I mean? As soon as you just squeeze a little bit too hard, that's it. It squirms around. So steady through here. And we're going to... got 1.5 laps to go. Let's see if we can just squeeze a little bit more out of this bike. We've definitely got a bit of breathing space behind us. We're literally out on our own at the moment in second. We're not, I don't think we're going to catch Marco, but I'm not sure we're going to be caught. 2.5 seconds. As long as we don't throw it away with a silly mistake, we should be okay. But I just don't think we have it in us to close the gap now. Look, it's just too big. He is still pulling away. Should be decent points today at least. And I think with the, if Marco gets this win, it would bring him into the championship, because I think he was in 4th or 5th. So if he gets maximum points, we're not going to close in that 2.5 second gap. It's just not going to happen. But let's see if we can just have a strong last lap anyway. Like I said at the start of the race, I said I would take a podium position, and if we can get to the end, that is exactly what we're going to get. I'm not sure who's going to come third, because there still looks like there's quite a few bikes quite close, battling away over those positions. Oh, be careful. Just a moment there. Don't want to push too hard. Oh, flipping it. And again, no, we're going to have to back off slightly. It's because we're running in power 2. Just be gentle through here. Wouldn't it be amazing if Marco binned it now? we'd get a nice victory, but nah, I don't want Marco to crash. I want the teammates to do well. So we got a 1-2 in the last race, me and Luca. Come to the final corners. Oh, don't go on that curb this time. And we've managed these tyres throughout the 8 laps really well, I think. And we've still got about a litre of fuel left, so we managed the fuel as well. Definitely need to fill the tank up for this one, guys. Final corner. And there we go. We're going to take 2nd place. And overall, I think that is a good performance. I think Marco deserved it. He was faultless that second half of the race. Once he overtook me, there was no catching him. And look, he had the fastest lap. And yeah, 3 seconds he won it by. And Jorge Martin 3rd, Luti 4th, Della Porta 5th. And yeah, overall that wasn't too bad. Anyway, let's have a look at some of those replays. Let's get straight into it. Right, so this is when we managed to overtake Schrotter on the straight into that first right-hander, and he makes quite a bad mistake and gives his teammate the opportunity to overtake him. So I run into there nicely. He runs it a little bit too wide, doesn't crash, but Luti managed to overtake him and take the position. And after that, Schrotter just kept on dropping off the pace, which was unfortunate for him. Right, we're just about to have a look at 2 different replays of what happened to Luti. Now, on this replay, you can see that Marco comes in the inside, goes side by side with Luti into this chicane. But I think it's as he turns over, I think they make contact. You can't see on that replay, so let's have a look at another one. Now we're on board with Luti, and this is exactly what happens. As he turns over to go left, I think Marco comes around, clips his back wheel, and takes him off. Right, so here we are on a replay when I mucked up my braking into that corner, ran it wide, thought I'd saved it, but Marco slips past into the lead and there was no going back from him then. He just got faster and faster and he deserved to win the race. So fair play to Marco, well done. Right, let's have a look where all the top riders finished, because there was a lot of changes in positions in that race and crashes. So, Baldassarri came 10th, so he's dropped a lot of points. He's 2nd in the championship. Schrotter 15th. And, Luca Marini in 19th. A really poor display from him today, so he's dropped a lot of points. Navarro came last. And let's have a look how that's changed to the championship. So, the biggest result was Marco, and he's only 4 points away from Baldassarri in 2nd, and Marini's in 4th. So the championship is starting to hot up. Obviously, we're miles ahead in the team championship because one of the Sky Racing team members, including myself, seem to always pick up decent points. So in that sense, it's very positive. But we've got to keep our eye out on our teammates because they are starting to show class. And we really struggled in that race today. It's down to, I think the tyres were an issue. I think I might have tried a medium. I think that would have been okay, maybe at the rear, because that rear lasted quite well. But that's all down to doing the test. We tried to do as much of the development test today, but I didn't really get a feel for any of the tyres, to be honest. And it did throw me out a bit in the race. I just couldn't be consistent lap time wise. But this is the battle of a career. You can't be the best in every race, and there's some races you just have to accept that there's other riders that are going to be better, especially on this level. So we're going to just take that as a 2nd as a good result, better than what we thought we would get, and we can move on. But I think a lot of the developments that we've got on the bike at the moment are still quite a few weeks away. We've got Germany and Sachsenring next. So, and that is going to be a very tough test as well, because that's going to be quite a few laps on the percentage we've got it on, and it's going to be a very, very interesting race, especially if it's wet weather as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and enjoying this career. Please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.